Hello, right, it's me again, back again for another assembly. And here I am on the banks of the Mathioya River up in the Aberdares. Maybe this is going to be an assembly all about fishing. I don't know. But anyway, as always, we're going to start with a song. And this time, the music was Mr. Mugambi on the piano, recorded specially for you. So sing up, sing well. Again, it's another one that we know, and it's that one that begins, I could be the smartest. Ready? Well done, well sung. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you were able to sing. Anyway, assembly today, no, it's not about fishing. In fact, it's about voles. This is a water vole on the screen up here. Lovely little things. They're very interesting. In fact, one of the most interesting things about voles is... sorry, my phone. Yes, hello? Sorry? No. Okay, thank you. Bye. Sorry, no, I got that wrong. Today's assembly is not about voles. I made a mistake. It's about love.
You need cooling, baby, I'm not fooling. I'm gonna send you back to schooling. Way down inside, honey, you need it. I'm gonna give you my love. I'm gonna give you my love. Oh, want a whole lot of love. Want a whole lot of love. Want a whole lot of love.
There you go. Any excuse for a bit of classic rock. Anyway, today's assembly is all about love. It's a strange word, love, isn't it? We use it in lots of different ways. I mean, what do I love? Who do I love? Well, Mrs. Blake, obviously I love Mrs. Blake. I think she loves me. Well, no, of course she does. We love each other very, very much indeed. I love my family. We all love our families. What else? Sunsets. I love sunsets, particularly when you're out in the bush and you get those wonderful clear evenings. Birds. I love birds. I love watching birds. They're such fascinating creatures, and I love to know a little bit about them. I love to know what they are. I like to take their photographs. There's a part of France I love very much. It's called the Médoc. It's down in the south of France. And I love that part of France, and I particularly love the amazing red wine that they make down there as well. Fishing. I think you all know that I love fishing. We started off on the banks of the Matthioya River, where Mrs. Blake and I often go, and we go up there and I fish and Mrs. Blake fish and we take the dogs. And it's a lovely place, I love it. I love this one, I love the River Itchen. The River Itchen runs through a town called Winchester, city called Winchester in fact, where I grew up, where I learned to fish, and I love that river. I really love it. What else? Spaniels. I love spaniels. I think you know we have quite a few spaniels. And I love puppies as well. They're very sweet. They grow up very quickly. But they are beautiful little things. Sometimes we say, oh, I love that book. Somebody mentions it, I love that book. Or, oh, yes, I love that film. I love that film. Oh, it's my favourite. Oh, I love it so much. But what do you mean when you say, I love whatever it is? What does it actually mean? It can mean lots and lots of different things, but it's only one word. The ancient Greeks, well, they had lots of words that meant love, and if you translate them, you would translate them into English as love, but they meant different things. The word eros, that was the sort of love that you would get between a boyfriend and a girlfriend. The sort of love that people feel for each other when they get married. That sort of love. What else? Philia. Now philia, that was a particular word, and it meant loyalty to your friends. So sort of say, well, oh, when you say, oh, I love my friends, you're very loyal to them. Well, that's what you mean. It was philia. Storge, that was a love between a parent and a child, the way that you love your parents and they love you. Agape. Agape was a particular type of love, and it was a loving or a kind action, looking after people. Charity is a good translation of that. And then there's another word, ludus. Quite interesting. It's a sort of playful love that you get between people of the same age. You know, you love your friends and you play with your friends. I love playing with my friends. And what's interesting about that word is that in Latin, ludus means a game, but it also means school. So play, game, school. For the Romans, it was the same word. It tells you quite a lot about how they felt about school. And I think how you feel about school, you love your playtime. Yeah, I know you love maths and Latin and science and all those other things, and you love your teachers, but I know that one of the things that you're missing at the moment, I'm really sorry about it, is your playtime, when you actually get to play in school, ludus, in your ludus, with your friends. In the Bible, there's a man called St. Paul. Now he's a very important person in the Bible. And one of the things that he left behind were lots of letters. He wrote letters to communities, early Christian communities, and he answered their questions and he gave them lots of advice. And one group of people that he wrote to were called the Corinthians. They lived in a city called Corinth, here. And part of one of his letters, I'm going to read it to you in two different ways, because obviously he wrote it hundreds, thousands of years ago, and it's been translated lots of different ways. Here's what he said. When I was a child, my speech, feelings and thinking were all those of a child. Now that I am an adult, I have no more use for childish ways. What we see now is like a dim image in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. What I know now is only partial. Then it will be complete as God's knowledge of me. Meanwhile, these three things remain: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. Now, if you think back earlier, do you remember that word charity? Here's a different translation that was made several hundred years ago, so the English is very old English. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass, darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as also I am known. And now abideth faith, hope, and charity. These three. But the greatest of these is charity. Charity. Looking after other people, caring for those around us, helping people who are less fortunate than ourselves. That is a wonderful form of love. Now, I asked your teachers, and I said, what do you love? I sent them a message by WhatsApp. And I said, one word, what do you love? And here are some of the things that they said. Mangoes, music, Marla, Manchester, golf, spaniels, Christmas, cycling, reading, the ocean, safaris, wine, bed. One of them said, I love my bed. Guitars, travelling. But then lots of teachers said freedom. Some said sharing. But the number one thing that came through was family. And that's what we are. We are a family and we love each other in lots of different ways. A school of many nations, a family of one. And we use that word in our prayer. So let's finish with a prayer. Dear God, as we look forward to another busy week, help us to respect the feelings of others, to look after each other and care for those around us, to listen and to learn, to tell the truth and always to do what we know is right, to take pride in ourselves, our appearance and our school, to love one another as you love us. Amen. And I think on this occasion I'm going to leave the last word to the Beatles. We have a music practice room in their name. So, cheerio everybody, and I'll see you again soon. But now, the Beatles.